Hi there, it's Lori, and I'm here with a story. So I babysit my grandkids, predominantly just my grandson. He's 2, but I see my granddaughter before at the beginning and then at the end because she goes to preschool or preschool with my daughter. So Tuesdays, that's what I do every morning. Well, I pack what I call a Mima snack bag. So they call me Mima. That was my daughter's choice. So we're not Southern, but we roll with it. Anyway, so last week, when I had a little extra time with my granddaughter, because a lot of times I have a tight timeline from when my granddaughter and my daughter get home from preschool to when I have to leave. But last week I had a little extra time, and my daughter and I had a bunch to catch up on. And my granddaughter was very excited that Mima was getting to stay extra. And so she had gone through the Mima snack bag. And before I even looked at it, I was about to go. So I said, well, I'm about to go. So have you gotten everything you wanted out of the Mima snack bag? And she said, yeah, I cleaned it out. I will have inserted a picture. Sorry, wrong way. I inserted a picture of, lean this way. Here's the Mima bag before. And here's the Mima bag after my granddaughter cleaned it out. She absolutely did. She left my tea, a single packet of oatmeal. I think there were 2 in there. And one of those boxes of milk because she doesn't like milk. If my grandson had gotten in there, he would have grabbed the milk. Yeah. So the before and after is a whole thing. So that's my story. Here's a little follow-up on This is Good Packaging. Yarn Inspirations. Take some lessons from Furls. This box is the correct size for what I ordered. Yes, I ordered some more Furls because I happened to find an Ola Joe code that worked. I just gave it a shot. I used her affiliate link and then I used that discount code. I thought, oh, there's no way because it said 2025 on it. But I'm like, yeah, I'll just put it in here. And so not only was it discounted, it was then discounted even more. Plus, I got to use Ola Joe's affiliate link. So here's the packaging. Look. Appropriately packaged. You don't want it moving around in there. You don't want it so tight that there's no ability to move. But this is how Furls packages. Now, they can't really go any smaller, than this. And you do want a box from Furls because, and then there's the paper on the bottom. See? So they make sure that their product's protected. So what happened was like I said, you want a box, not a bag, just because they can break. These are wood, but they keep their products safe, which I appreciate. And they don't send it in a giant box. It's a useful box, but come on, man. Be sensible. I'm going to send them in bags. I have some gifts to send out from Armchair Chef Lori's birthday party. But it's labeled Streamline. This is the, Ladybird loves it, Adija told me. Ebony and Maple. And I got the size Furls. That's camwood. One of them must be camwood. That's fine. That's the M. So what I did is I went in and they better not all be camwood. I'm going to check this order. Is this correct? Because I thought that I had to order one that was a different wood, but let me check and make sure. Are they? Oh, no, I got the camwood because they had the smaller ones. I thought I ordered more of the beauties, but that's all right. So I got an M, which is, according to Furls, M as in Mary, right? 8 millimeters. An F, which I had no little ones. F, 3.75, according to Furls. And open the other end. I really thought these are the right sizes. I really thought they were ebony and maple, but that's fine. And an E, but it must have been this, yeah, 3.5 and a 3.7. I'm so excited to get tiny, smaller heads on my hooks, on my Furls hooks. And I got the 8 millimeter, which I had no 8 millimeters Furls. That's kind of what I did. I went through my Furls collection and I found what I didn't have and what I still needed. Really thought I ordered. Let's see what it says. Laurel Streamline Crochet Hooks. Like I said, they're the right sizes. And I was supposed to get another Earth Day sticker, and that's not in here. Let me check all the papers. Oh, that's why you check. There's my other Earth Day sticker. I may send that out to somebody. And they always send you a postcard you can send to somebody and make them want to buy Furls. So that's set up for how we do our postcards in America. Postcard postage is cheaper. It says Laurel Streamline Wood Crochet Hooks. I think that this line, I just really remembered wrong. These are laurel wood. Laurel is the root of the name Lori, if you research that. So, appropriate. But the reason I really thought I was getting in the ebony, but I think they didn't have the tiny ones. And I was like, they must have been on a sale because I did not. I'm going to go double check. Okay. They weren't on sale. No, they were on sale. So I must have caught the last day of the sale and then that Olajo price. But these are the right hooks because they came in they didn't have an M in the ebony. They came in, and then they had the smaller ones in this particular wood, laurel wood. Okay, so I was double checking all that, but yeah. So yeah, I spent with shipping a little over $13 per, which is incredibly inexpensive. I really like the wood Furls because they're lightweight. They work for me. Not everybody feels that way. Some people like the weight, so the new Streamline they like, or they like the metal hooks. I've used my metal hook a couple times. I do tend to drop it. But I received 2 of the same size. So I passed one on to Kitty Lane because Kitty Lane has, it likes the weightier hooks. So that's my little box of heaven. For just barely over $40 after it was on sale plus the Olajo code. I got the last sizes I needed, and the 2 sizes I did not know they had sizes smaller than 4 millimeters. So I'm super excited about that. So I promised I would talk about a whip, work in progress. So I was trying to find the end, and I made a mess of this. This is the original. I had originally made this to be a shawl. This is where the variegated and the solid are together. And there's the fully variegated. So this will be the bottom row, and I need to put some of this color along the bottom to add some inches. The next row will be this color green. So we're going from that kind of olive green to this sage green. I actually think this is called succulent. And I've got one more row on this variegated, so I'm 2 out of 3 on this. And again, I have some rows to add. I am not sewing this end to end until I'm all the way done because I need to know that all my squares are facing the same direction. So I kind of wish I didn't sew in my centers on this because then I could figure out which way. But I won't do the centers on this until I'm all the way done because the third row is this color. So it goes from the dark green to the sage to the grass. So it'll be very nice. And thanks to Jennifer Redgate, who I always shout out. I'll link her down below because I love her playlists. She sent me 3 skeins of this, and so I will have enough of this to actually make the queen size blanket for the Stitcherhood. The Stitcherhood is supporting the Archway in Dallas, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, supporting a domestic violence shelter called the Archway. And I am sponsoring this quarter. The blankets get sent to Camille's post office box in Texas, Camille's Creations. And then at the end of June, so I need them, well, they need to be to the P.O. box by June. I will get you that date. I think it's June 26th, but I want to make sure. Yeah, June 26th. So plan on shipping it so that it's there by the 25th, just so you can, and maybe send Camille tracking information so that she knows that it's on its way as well. But she will check that P.O. box on the 26th. I want you to make sure it's there in time. And that second quarter. Third quarter, we're looking at, I think, some adjustments. So hang on for that. But right now, everything is kind of status quo. Kitty Lane is a special guest for us on May 16th. That might be, yep. May 16th is the next time we're actually going to have a Stitcherhood live. And like I said, Kitty Lane will be our special guest. So that's what's going on. That's the whip. Do I have others? Yes. And members, I'm working on your little gift to send out. I have 2 people that I still need emails from. So I will reach out to them. Call Me Glitter is one. And Starlight, Starbright, Star. Now, she technically joined after, but I'm like, it's so close. I'm going to go ahead and send one to her too, if she sends me an address so I can send it. International people are eligible. I have 2 international people. One has told me they have trouble getting just regular cards, so I'm not going to send that one. I'm working something out with her. And then one will be going to South Africa. Doesn't make any difference to our postal system for whatever reason. International is $1.70, whether I'm sending it to Canada or to Australia from the US. So anyway, join my membership if you're interested. I'm still trying to figure out when I can do a members live. The first one will have to be in May. And the request was Thursday evening. Again, I need to kind of coordinate with Camille because that's when she does her members live. So I just need to make sure the times don't overlap. Anyway, thanks for coming in. Can I get an amen? Hugs to you all. Whatever kind of hug you need. Me. It cut off the end again. Hugs from me, my potato head. Hugs from me, whatever kind of hug you need. Prickly hug from over here, if that's what you need. Remember, you matter, kindness matters, and I hope to see you again. Bye.